Hello there, fellow humanoids. It is I, the crafting one, earthmanbrick, back for another scratch build, and as promised, cable ties. They really are the gift that keeps on giving. Ideal because they're accessible, cheap, and uniform in nature. But on to making our hazard strips. Starting off with a small piece of card, we add some cable tie, gluing it on at an approximate 30-degree angle, gluing and cutting. Rinse and repeat until the entire area of card is covered. You'll likely only need a single cable tie per section, and if there's any overhang that the snippers can't quite clear, then a needle file should do the trick at tidying up those little edges. You may even choose to go full cable tie mode and attach the cable tie to more cable tie, like some kind of cable tie fetish-obsessed maniac. So, once you're done, you can cast and mold your piece. The Oyamaru press mold here has been filled with das clay, so time for a demonstration on how you can use these markings in order that we'll start with a few bases. Mainly so I can do a funky little time-lapse, but also so I can show you the next step, a process many people have requested, the painting. The humble cable tie was originally invented by Thomas & Betts, an electrical company in the 1958, under the brand name Tie Wrap, initially designed solely as an airplane wire harnesses, made of metal rather than the modern, ubiquitous counterparts that are made of plastic and nylon. Nowadays, they are used for signage, tagging, restraints, cable tidies, fence repairs, and all manner of functionale. But that's enough about the wonders of the miraculous cable tie. Back to the build! So initially, I used Sharpie pens to get those base colors down, alternating the colors accordingly between yellow and black, much like the humble bumblebee. Oh, cute. Or wasps. Wasps are nasty though. They're parasites, unlike the humble bee. But enough about that. The next step is the magical part, where we sink deep into those dark little dank recesses that are hard to reach, using inks. Now, inks have often been rebranded and reformulated slightly over the years, changing to washes, tones, and shades, but they all do pretty much the same thing. But the more modern iterations of these blends tend to lack the potency of the original inks and washes, likely due to a lack of pigment. Yet, you can achieve a similar concoction via the use of thinner and oil-based paints. Hopefully that's a bit of a useful breakdown for you guys and gives you a few extra options. Speaking of which, you don't have to restrict yourself to just using these on bases, but can throw them into terrain, like this little service entrance I've made up here. But you don't have to stick to terrain either. I certainly won't be, like this little tin bot I made here, which I've branded Ork Star Notorious, named after someone who allegedly murdered people close by and scurried about on knife-like little feet. Here you can see I've used a spare sprue frame from the foreground skip set, making even smaller hazard strips, marking them with a black pen. He also has a big beefy saw blade too, which is something we made up not that long ago. There'll be links in the description below. Make sure you click on them. But that's it for this video. Remember that if you feel like you're in a murderous rage, go take a walk or seek de-escalation, or even therapy. Murdering people is bad. Don't do it. Try taking up crafting instead. You can safely let out all your inner demons through your art. Well now, I think you've about outstayed your welcome now, so it's time for me to bid you good riddance. Until next time, Bye.